everybody? It's EJ.
Pete, what's happening?
Hey man, we're just two educated guys trying to figure this shit out. Hey guys, I know you've been asking about this so much, and we're gonna talk all about it, right? We seen the No Jumper interview, man. We just want to give you our perspective of the No Jumper interview for the Suicide Boys, man. I was flabbergasted. Yeah, I thought it was one of the most greatest interviews I've seen in my motherfucking life. And what I mean by that? Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm saying it's. I mean, you know, I'm eating trail mix. I mean, that's just what niggas do. We eat trail mix.
Cause we gotta eat. Nobody eats on camera. Hey, you gotta eat, man.
I mean, this is real life. You know, just showing the shit we go through.
And I just drink some water.
But yeah, I mean, basically, it's cool to see like the progression. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
That was back in 2015. You know, they were still going through it. It was still like, fresh. I think Scrim still had a job. He was still working, still, you know what I mean, kind of doing the simultaneous thing, having to do the 9 to 5, and then, you know, try to do the music stuff on the side. And it's crazy just to see how, you know, quickly life can change. Probably in the span of a year, they, you know, might have been able to quit their jobs. A year or 2 years, but I think it might not even been a year.
That right there, right? So like the main thing that was cool about that I saw was the 9 to 5 situation, right? They were like, you know what? If we don't get this shit done, we got to get the fuck out, and if we don't do it, we're gonna kill ourselves. And you know, I don't tell people to go that extreme.
Don't go that hard.
Yeah, don't go that hard. But they were, right? So they were like, they weren't like
it's like that dedication was so strong.
It was so strong.
To the point they were like, yo, if this shit don't work, we're gonna have to do it. So I mean, it's either work or kill yourself. So. And
you know, it's so funny when they put them to that extent, they went that hard. They were like, we gotta do it, and they already had experiences in the music scene, but they were just never really together, right? So it's just like two people doing their thing, and they're cousins. They're just like, you know what?
Let's get together, do some shit.
Let's get this money, man.
I'm over here, Ruby over here doing this punk metal band shit. It ain't going nowhere. You know, you basically. Unfortunately, that's how it is with like
that's how it is,
like collaborative, you know, efforts. You know, we've been dealing with a bunch of rich kids. They get everything handed to them. You sitting there trying to grind, bust your ass because you like, yo, it's either this
or this,
you know, this. And when you're in a point where you don't have that control, where you know you have to rely on so many other sources to be able to get stuff done, and then they can't get stuff done. I mean, it's only best to make that decision to be like, all right, I'm going to just kind of do my own thing because I can't put my success in somebody else's hand because at the end of the day, you got to be responsible for it.
Because I know that we were saying that, you know, he was part of a band and nobody was doing anything. I mean, there's been many situations where people have been in stuff and they recognize, hey, man, y'all motherfuckers ain't doing shit. So it was smart enough for him to say, you know what, I ain't doing shit, but I need to get out this situation to make something happen. You know, my cousin, he's grinding just as hard. And it's like with us, right? We had two channels at one time, right? But when we got together and did the thing, this just took off, right? Because you got to have somebody hold you accountable, right? So it's good that they're holding each other accountable on all things, right? Whether it be the business level. One is better than the other. One of them had a drug addiction, right? So Scram had the drug addiction, right? He was like, you know, he's doing heroin and everything else. Ruby saw that, you know what, that could be the downfall of all their shit, right?
Shit, I mean, you don't want some, I mean, anybody, I assume anybody doing heroin, I mean, that would make them a little more unpredictable
And plus, you know, old boy had the depression, Scrim had depression, so, you know, his cousins, Dylan, with him, he's like, hey, man, you know, everything cool, if you're gonna do it, let me know, communication.
Shit, just keep the shit honest, I mean, you fuck with the heroin, but I mean, if you lie to me, like, this shit is over. Just don't lie to me. Yeah, heroin, you know, people do drugs and shit. I mean, it could potentially fuck you up. All right, that's all well and good, but just, you know, just real
just let me know, you know what I'm saying? Because it's communication. Because the thing that was interesting about that, too, is he was a functional druggie. Like, he even said, like,
he just shoot heroin. I mean, heroin veins is done. You gotta go to your feet.
He just go.
You gotta go to your feet.
You do some heroin, make a track. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of druggies aren't like that, man. You know, they'll do it, and then they'll just be out the game, right? It's like, hold up, where's he at, right? He's passed on the street somewhere. So there's functional and non-functional people that do drugs, just like functional and non-functional alcoholics, right? A functional alcoholic will get fucked up. They'll go to work.
Go drive.
Have a complete fucking day. And there's people like myself who are non-functional people. When I drink, I'm going to sleep somewhere. Like, yo, I'm going to chill. I'm going to sleep. Because I'm not really like that functional. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to do something fucked up if I'm even being functional. You know, so that was definitely something. Their business ethic, if you was watch how they look at business, they're like, yo, if we don't do this shit, it's not going to get done. You know what I'm saying? And their family, so they can do some fucked up shit. And they're like, you know what, fuck it, let's just get shit done. And it's funny how they watch each other go through certain aspects of life, like the drugs and everything else, and they were still able to move forward.
Right. I mean, it's definitely cool, like, to see, you know, just to get an in-depth look of, you know, what they were going through.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know, the whole process, and knowing that they, you know, really had 9-to-5 jobs and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you know, a lot of times with rap particularly, you hear people were, you know, selling drugs or, you know, this and that, and they were trying to do, you know, all kinds of different things.
Yeah, it was crazy.
mean, which it's a little bit more detached from humanity. You know, you see people in the video with a bunch of money and all that. You don't really get to see the human side, but these cats were actually going through like some real shit.
Yeah, and something that they said that was interesting is they know they do certain things, but they don't really encourage other people to do it, right? So they're aware of the energy that they're putting out, but they're not going to say do this. They're well aware of drugs, right? Like, they were just talking about drugs. You were like, wow. Scrim was talking about some drugs and the effects of it. So he's very knowledgeable about what's happening, right? And even when he went to rehab, he was like, you know what? They took me off of this. They put me on this way too quick, right? To the point to where he could be a pharmacist. So they're very educated about what they're doing. They're aware of their intent and their music. So I think they definitely have a head on the show. They understand that they have a brand and they're definitely going somewhere, man. So that's why after watching this, thank y'all for letting us know. I was just like, yo, Suicide Boyz is definitely on another level. Another thing they touched on is, you know, they're not really that religious at all. Like, they don't believe in religion. They're like, yo, we're atheists. We don't believe in that. Then they talk about certain thing about what they believe, because everybody's entitled to their opinion, right? So, you know, they just talked about that a little bit, but it was just great to hear how they do things.
Right, how they do things, like what their whole thought process is. I mean, definitely if you get introduced to the group, I mean, that's definitely a good starter to be like, all right, I can really get a perspective on this music to really see why they do certain things and why, you know, their music is this certain kind of way. And, and it was actually cool to see that they said that they were into, like, the whole, like, self-improvement and motivation stuff.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. They definitely, you can tell they definitely, you know, The Secret and things like that.
Well, like, shit just started happening as soon as they started getting on that wave.
Yup, started doing it, man. And you can tell their musical influences, like, they're definitely 3-6 fans. Definitely they love Lil Wayne, right? They love Lil Wayne. And you could definitely hear the influence in their songs, which is pretty amazing. And if you start off with this video, the new No Jumper interview, and then you go forward, you start to see that, okay, this is what this artist is about, and you have a backstory, so you're able to say, okay, I love these artists even more. Suicide Boyz even more. You start to understand the way that they are on. You understand the Puyas and the Fat Nicks and the Lil Peep and things like that, and understanding where they coming from, because all these artists has like a great story, and all of them want to improve themselves and just pretty much make an impact.
Most definitely. So anybody out there, I mean, definitely check the interview out again. I'll probably watch it again myself just to so I can like get a renewed perspective every time I listen to it.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, we're two educated guys. If you're a new artist out there and you want us to put you on a platform, or just in general, you want to discuss a topic, let us know down below also. If there's any videos you want to request, let us down below. Hey, just subscribe. What's the thing you always say, man?
I said subscribe, nigga.
Just subscribe. Push that button, nigga. Push that button. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Push that button, man. You know,
same difference. Yeah,
man, because we look at that. We look at all the comments, man, believe it or not, man. That's why we don't talk as much during the videos, and we came out with the afterthoughts, right? Because we were like, you know what? We don't want to talk during the whole video. People get upset about that. Let's go ahead and tell everybody what we think in the afterthoughts, right? Because that's when we describe it. You know, whether you like it or you hate it, at least we're being honest with you, right?
Being honest, man.
Yeah. So subscribe, like our stuff, and Two Educated Guys.
Peace.